Hello, I'm Philippa Huckle and this is Without Fear or Greed. In this video we're going to get to grips with probabilities to understand why unexpected events happen and how you can use diversification to protect your portfolio against unexpected events. At the 2006 Winter Olympics in Turin, Lindsay Jacobellis was the outright favourite in women's snowboarding. She was a multiple champion at every level. Quite simply, she had dominated the sport since 2003, sweeping up every single major event in the run-up to the Olympics. Now she lined up for the biggest race of her life. They took off, and barely into the start, the first of the four boarders wiped out. Jacobellis began putting some serious distance between herself and the rest. On the next corner, the second racer smashed into the fencing and out of the race. Jacobellis stormed on, building a massive lead of almost 50 meters. She swept into the final jump, launched herself into the air, and then, for the hell of it, she struck a pose, twisting back to grab the end of her board with a flourish. But she didn't land right. She smashed down into the snow, desperately tried to get back on her feet, while Tanya Frieden, the last and only remaining racer, swept past Jacobellis to grab the gold medal at the post. Jacobellis was absolutely expected to win, but she didn't. The word complex derives from the Greek word plexos, which means to plait or to twine. In the scientific sense, a complex system is one where countless interrelated, intertwined variables interact with, rub against, and tug each other like the strands of a massive rope. The world is a complex system, and basically the world's complexity makes it impossible to know exactly what's going to happen next. That's why no matter how carefully you plan and think things through, sometimes things happen that you just didn't expect. We humans have come up with a concept of probabilities to measure this uncertainty. We use probabilities to try to measure the chance of a certain outcome happening. For instance, if we're rolling a dice, because it has 6 sides, we can calculate that 1/6 of the time the dice will roll a 3, and 5/6 of the time we'll get another number. But even though we know the probability of getting a 3 on any given throw, we still don't know which number will actually come up next. The financial world is a complex system, and in it, asset prices change depending on events that happen in the world. Political events, natural events, and the actions of billions of investors simultaneously interacting 24/7 all over the planet. So, asset prices respond to new events. They change in response to news. So because of the complexity of our world, where changing and sometimes unexpected events are constantly creating new outcomes, you then realize that you can't scientifically predict tomorrow's asset prices because you can't scientifically predict tomorrow's news. And that is why we humans can never predict with 100% certainty that any particular event will occur. This is the fundamental reason why you need diversification in your portfolio. It is just not sensible to punt all of your money on one particular outcome occurring. But diversification allows you to use probabilities sensibly. In this complex world, expected outcomes can change as fast as the news. Diversification enables you to allocate chunks of your capital into the assets which will benefit from outcomes that have the highest probability of occurring, while simultaneously positioning other parts of your capital to cover you against the unexpected. Intelligent diversification is the sound, rational way to protect your assets against improbable events which happen, but for sure you just didn't expect. Thanks for listening. I'm Philippa Huckle, and that was Without Fear or Greed, because excellent investing is about more than just the numbers.